All right, look, before you even play this video, bro, I got to give you some context because this right here was not planned, bro. This was no interview that I set up. This was no content I went looking for, bro. We literally was out feeding the hunger. I was with Michael Libby Lewis. He came and fed the Bluff. Was a real dope turnout, man. So I'm in Atlanta, in the Bluff, and if you know anything about the Bluff, you already know that it's one of them places where you see, you know, the rawest version of life. And while we were out there, I was out there with some of my alto buddies, man. I was out there with Lil B. I was out there with Leondo, aka Slim. You've seen both of these guys on the page. And as we were talking, this older guy, he was passing around this paper and he was trying to explain something. And I was just like, what is this? What's going on? And he was like, when I heard him correctly, what he was saying was that he was Jesus Christ. And he had this paper, and he said, if I take this paper down to the respectful people, that they would be obligated to hand over like 5 pieces of property to me, man. So I couldn't put him, it's a weird interaction, man, but there was something. It was something. I'm not spiritually mature enough to put my tag on it, man. But y'all look at the video and tell me what y'all think, man, because I went back to look for him. I didn't find him this weekend, but I'm going back. I'm going to find him. Y'all let me know what y'all think.
Budget, even though it's gonna be a big budget, so at least they can feel comfortable growing like this neighborhood has grown, and feel like they got something, man, more than just life itself, but they got a understanding of this is our history and this is what it's about. It's about being redeemed as a people, man. And so being redeemed, man, we understand that comes straight from God, from that grapevine, man.
Yeah.
From that, you know, that tree of life for real.
Yeah.
And that's what brings us to the deeds, man. The warranty deeds, the limited deeds, it doesn't matter. All of them belong to me.
Right.
You can change the name 1,000 times, but the one man owns everything on the planet.
Simple as that.
And simple as that.
But they be charging us for everything. They charge us for water, for air. They charge for everything costs.
We not gonna charge them to move out of our business. What we're gonna do is process them, man, as we go, for how they treat the people in the neighborhood. But eventually, they gonna have to realize that the land belongs to us and the building. It doesn't matter what they did to make it better.
Yeah.
It does, you know, any improvement, it doesn't matter.
It don't belong to you.
It don't belong to you. That's simple. So by me knowing that, we don't go in there and just, you know, take them out by, you know, by both arms.
Yeah.
We don't want to do them like that because they're part of our family. But if you're a foreigner, you are a foreigner.
Simple as that.
It's just that simple. And you can't take us and say we're going to, you know, I say us, you know, because the ones that been here, that were born here, and then but the ones that come, you're part of our family.
Yeah.
But you can't think you could overtake something that belongs to somebody else. You just can't do it. And I know doing just life in itself, man, dealing with just all the hatred that comes with it, man. But we have to know, man, that even with that being said, man, we own everything. That's the way it is. We're gonna keep you part of inheritance. If you take our understanding that you got to accept God's son, and then we can at least get a start. We don't care nothing about the religious part.
Yeah.
It's about, you know, you automatically Christian if you gonna get part of this inheritance.
Yeah.
But you know, so people be able to understand more, man, what life is about, more than just living it and just saying you number one. You know, we all number one.
Right.
But you got to know who the top person it is to own the stuff.
Simple as that.
It's that simple, man. And you know, but everything you can see has came about, man, in the neighborhood where God, there be many matches, man. Where God's son, there be many matches, and you can see the proof, man, in the pudding, no denial, man.
Yeah.
And so we'll make sure each city, man, get the funding from me. That's where it comes from, owning the Federal Reserve, and all my other banks are supported by that. So it's a never-ending cycle of money.
Where we get the people who don't understand, like, so when I heard you talk, I was like, you saying something that makes some sense. But what about, we got some people that they ain't gonna pay attention, or they moving so fast that they don't have enough time, or they think they ain't got enough time to pay attention to what's going on.
It's the patience you got to have with them, and it don't take long to teach them that something that we think they should know, but they have to still make adjustments to how they really feeling and they growth themselves.
Okay.
We can't just assume they're gonna grow from any situation. You know, it doesn't matter if it's family or relationship or a job, or it doesn't matter. It's still the magnitude of it, man, or illness or whatever. It's how you process it. We process it different. And for us to do that, man, we be able to go to another level of understanding that each person is different.
Let me ask you this. If a person ain't never had one of them books you got right there, and they want to get started, and they want to, you know what I mean, and where would you send them in that book? Like, what would be the first place they need to go in that book?
Matthew, first chapter.
Okay.
Matthew. Jesus is the Messiah. So they can go from there.
Okay.
New Testament. Opposed to going for the Old Testament, where then describes Jesus as the Messiah. But word may have been going around, and so that's at least to give them a foundation. And then they can say, what is the Messiah? And then you explain what he's about, and Jesus is the same person as him, and just understanding that, man, and not taking someone else Jesus away from them.
Yeah.
And just what the book was just wrote it was wrote to deceive. And so we have to understand that, man. But God still.
What you mean? What you mean? It was wrote to deceive. What you mean by that?
Because you are denying people the pureness of the word of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so when we do that, we dilute the foundation of the kingdom.
Okay.
And by telling a person that that they Jesus was white, and then you put the pain out there, and then the pitch out there, and then you oppress the people. So you doing all that, and it's so not just coincidental. It was meant to be that way, man. To oppress the people and hold a person down mentally, physically, emotionally, to break them down and stigmatize them people for life, and not letting them people know that they was on top, opposed to being at the bottom. They kept being, demoted, and to find out that they own everything, and to see life coming to fruition right now is greater testament to how great God is than man.
Okay.
And even though man, I may be worse, the money, it take a person to learn and grow how to accept things a little more as they come.
Yeah.
Or as it is, man. If I own this, you own it.
Yeah.
If we join there, we'll join there, and we get a part of it. We know we got our share coming straight from my father to me to y'all.
Right.
And to be here and to know, man, that this is where we at, man, the climax of life. You know what I mean? And having the #1 book, man, that, immerse yourself into the Messiah, to now immerse yourself into the prophets. And knowing that I'm God's true prophet and messenger. And and just that's just the start of who I am. And you just go from there, man, and teach people and grow and let people know that it's that it's a way that you can feel positive about life without reading the Bible all day. And you can grow from just one or two experiences, man, knowing your personal relationship with God is real, and he don't have to take a week to talk back to you.
Yeah.
You know, he gonna talk back to you immediately, because we on one accord in the world. And most people, they hear stuff in their ears, they think they hear stuff, they go to the doctor and get the ears checked.
Yeah.
You know, but to know that we can talk, man, on the telephone from worlds apart, and be able to know that it's God that did it through the Spirit.
Okay.
And the pureness of it.
I seen some joy came over your face when you said, I'm gonna put this in the tray because I don't want to look. And then we gonna walk. I done got watch these young boys out here. They ride.
You know, we used to be a little regular. Now, leave. You know, long you don't tell them, you don't say nothing to them out of the way.
Yeah. That'd be good to go.
They respect you, man.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah, man. But
so what you do with all these big churches who be getting all this money and then be buying helicopters and all this stuff here?
Well, I'm not. I
We're
haven't
gonna walk this way so we can
I haven't been over them. I haven't learned that I was over them till recently.
Okay.
And but to have an understanding of how a person can start out, man, serving the Lord, and then continue to serve the Lord in their own way as man, a woman, and then not have a true learning experience about it on a journey, opposed to just saying I'm gonna get some money and I'm gonna run it this way and I'm just gonna see the person. You know, that's not a great thing. But once a person grows into having a true experience about the levels of life that they can go on.
All right, one more question, because that music gonna be over there.
Okay.
How you feel about people using your name in vain?
That bothers me because not that so much the words hurt, it's the magnitude or the depthness that you're going to deteriorate a kingdom. Opposed to me as Curtis Dale Elder.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? And
yeah.
So when a person go on that extra mile to try to expose somebody that's being one way when they don't even understand who the person is, period, or they may over-understand. But at the same end of the day, it's how you attack me. I'm Curtis Dale Elder, but I'm also Jesus the Christ and the Messiah because of the our name changing.
Okay.
And so by being that, and you know, and you know whether it helped us, we know it helped us.
Yeah.
More than it hurt us now, but at the time we didn't understand.
Yeah.
And so you know, so just being there and just trying to grow, just period, man, and respect people, man, and bringing the young people aboard without hurting their heart and talking down on them.
Okay.
Like they, you know, and so we can just do that, man, physically.
Okay.
You know, and that and make them aware and tell them to, you know, to organize whatever we support a man, financial or whatever the case may be. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
And yeah, man, but you know, I appreciate you, man.
Hey, man, I appreciate you giving me some knowledge and some understanding.
Man, you gonna be my main guy to do my interviews, man.
Hey, man, I'm gonna be back over here too.
And I'm
gonna be back over here.
And we'll distribute it.
Where you be at though?
I be here and I be in Cobb County, Austria. I'm gonna say right now, Austria, Riverside Parkway.
Okay.
But mostly here, man, cause this is why I did the prophecy, man.
Yeah.
I did the prophecy right here, man, in 613 Echo Street.
Okay.
So I'll be right there. You'll be able to get back on me right there.
I'm gonna be back
man.
over here when the sun come out.
Yeah, man, but we gonna make a deal now.
Okay.
Anything, cause you about to get you like 5 billion, man. So you make sure you just check on me, man, and you gonna be my guy regardless, man. And if I need something, help me out and don't look at it as games. I'm running on it. And drive me something just on it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I don't want you to look at it like a game. I want you to look at it if you want me to make sure the company gonna be on another level even with this.
Yeah.
It's real.
Yeah.
And I appreciate how professional you are, how you came to me, and just to understand that I look for the energy of a person like you.
Yeah.
And that means you're gonna blow up, man, because you're interviewing me for the first time.
Yeah.
And I haven't given an interview, but I have, so that's mean I'm changing from Nashville. You will be my main guy.
I appreciate it.
Just get through everything, man. Through everything. I'm gonna go through you and expect you to plug
I'm
me in.
looking for you when I come back out here too, man.
Yeah, you part of this heavenly kingdom, man.
All right. I appreciate you, bro.
All right, man.